God says, "Your mother who has passed away has been trying to reach you with an important message. She is urging you to open this as soon as you see it. She is closer than you realize, and this is her last message for you. If your heart feels something moving right now, that is not a coincidence. The gentle nudge you feel deep inside could be her, guided by the Lord, reaching out through the veil that separates heaven and earth. There are things that only the soul understands, and this moment, quiet as it may seem, could be filled with meaning that your spirit has longed for. Type 2-3-2-3 if you agree. Sometimes in the silence of a lonely room, or in the stillness just before dawn, a feeling comes over you that you can't quite explain. It might be the sound of a whisper in the back of your thoughts, or a warmth around you when no one else is there, and in those moments, you wonder if someone from heaven is trying to tell you something. Maybe you've brushed it off as imagination or emotion. But God sees what you feel. He knows the depth of your missing and the ache in your chest when you remember her smile. He knows because He's been there through every tear you've shed in silence. God's love is never distant. It is woven into every second of your life. And through that same love, those we've lost are never truly gone. Your mother, held now in His eternal arms, has found peace, light, and rest. But love doesn't end when breath does. Love remains, and God allows that love to flow like a river from heaven to earth. It moves through dreams, memories, and feelings too tender to describe. Today, God is gently bringing you this message because it's time to know what your heart has been trying to believe. She's with Him, and yet she's not far from you either. Her soul is alive in Him. Her love is still reaching, still wrapped around you like the arms that once held you tight when you were afraid. Even now, she watches you walk through life with strength she's proud of. She sees your weary days and your quiet victories, and with every step you take, she whispers prayers through the wind, trusting God to hold you when she cannot. Type 1111 if you trust in God. This message isn't only a comfort, it's a call, a gentle call to pause, to reflect, and to receive the love that God is pouring into your life right now. Your mother wants you to know that nothing was left unsaid. Everything she ever felt for you still exists. The hugs, the forgiveness, the hopes, and even the unspoken words are not lost. They are kept safely in the heart of God, where time and space do not separate souls bound by divine love. You might have wondered if she knows how much you miss her. She does. You might wonder if she knows what you're going through now. She does. She is not lost to the darkness. She is with the light, and in that light, she sees you more clearly than ever. In the still presence of God, she has found the fullness of love, and from that place of peace, she is sending you this final message not of sorrow, but of deep, eternal hope. God, in His mercy, wants to carry you through this. He is using this moment to reach the part of you that is quietly broken, the part of you that has smiled for others while carrying invisible pain. And with Him, healing begins. Not all at once, but slowly, gently, just as a mother once placed her hand on your shoulder to steady you, God places His Spirit upon your heart to hold you. There is no distance in heaven that love cannot cross, no silence that prayer cannot fill, and right now, your name is being spoken in heaven with a love so pure, it could bring you to your knees in peace. Not sadness, peace. Because even though her voice no longer speaks here, her spirit is not gone. She lives in a place where tears are wiped away and joy never fades. And from that place she is saying, "Do not be afraid, my child. I am with God, and He is with you. You are not alone. I am close. I see you. I love you." Let your heart be open to this truth. Let the memories come like soft waves, not to drown you, but to remind you that love never dies. Let the grief be softened by God's presence. Let the pain be held by hands that know what it is to lose and to love deeply. Jesus Himself wept. He understands. And He is here, standing beside you, whispering that life, in Him, is never truly over. It only changes form. This is not the end. This is a holy connection being made, one that doesn't need words to be real. Feel it. Let yourself believe that God is near, and so is she. In the quietness of now, in the sacred stillness of this moment, you are being wrapped in something holy. Love, once born, lives forever. And yours, the love between you and your mother, is being held by God with the gentlest hands. Sometimes, you carry a heaviness inside that you don't speak of, the kind that stays quiet while life goes on around you. You smile, you go about your days, you show up for others, but there's a place within that quietly aches, and God knows. He's never looked away from that place in you, not even for a second. He sees it when you lie awake, staring at the ceiling, hoping for some kind of sign, something small, something gentle, just to know she's still with you in some way. Type 222 to receive comfort from heaven. A powerful 7-second morning ritual, once hidden in CIA files, is resurfacing, and people are already seeing fast financial breakthroughs. It takes only seconds, yet activates a dormant wealth center in the brain most people never access. Click the link in the description and comments now. Access it before it disappears. The days keep moving, but the moments you shared with her haven't faded. They are still alive in your heart, like a song that plays faintly in the background of your soul. You don't need to force the memories, they come when they're ready. A scent in the air, the sound of her laughter in your mind, or a dream that felt too real to ignore. These are not accidents. These are threads of connection that God allows to pass through like tiny windows between this life and the next. She knows you miss her. And more than anything, she wants you to know that her love didn't stop when her heartbeat did. It only deepened. It became something even purer, because now it is held in the very hands of God, unshaken by the world, untouched by time. She's been watching you walk this road with more strength than you give yourself credit for. She sees how you keep going, how you fight through the hard days, and how you still try to show love to those around you. She is proud of you in ways that words could never fully express. Sometimes, people look for signs with their eyes, but the soul sees differently. The soul recognizes presence, even when the room feels empty. That warmth you feel in certain moments is not your imagination. That pull on your heart when you think of her out of nowhere, those are sacred moments. They are reminders that you are not walking this world alone. Even if no one else understands the pain you carry, heaven understands. God understands. He is drawing close to you now, even as you read this. His Spirit is surrounding you, softly, patiently, with the same love that has always been present since the day you were born. He's holding the weight of your sorrow, not to remove your memories, but to help you carry them with peace. And He wants you to know this: nothing good is ever truly lost. Everything soaked in love returns to Him and is preserved forever. Your mother wants you to live with joy again, not because she expects you to forget, but because she knows joy is holy too. Grief and joy can walk side by side, and as much as she sees your pain, she's also watching for the moments when you laugh, when you love, when you dream again. She wants that for you. She wants you to know it's okay to keep living fully. You are not betraying her memory when you smile. You're honoring the life she gave you. She may not be beside you in the way she once was, but her spirit, filled now with God's light, moves like a soft wind near your soul. You might not hear her voice, but if you listen with your heart, you'll feel her nearness in the quiet. Sometimes heaven speaks with silence, and sometimes it speaks through peace that comes out of nowhere. Let it come. Let it reach the places that have felt empty. You were never meant to carry your sorrow alone. Type 555 if you believe God is with you right now. The love of a mother is one of God's most powerful creations. It begins before you even take your first breath and never truly ends. And though the world may not see her anymore, God wants you to remember He sees her and He hears her, and He's allowing her love to be with you still. Through His mercy and grace, heaven is not a far-off dream. It is a place closer than we can imagine, and through Him, we are never separated beyond His reach. She is safe. She is whole. She is wrapped in a peace that this world cannot offer, and from that place, she is watching you, not with sadness, but with the fullness of love. She is asking you to take care of yourself, to let go of guilt, to be gentle with your heart, and to trust that one day you will meet again in a place where no more goodbyes exist. This life is not the end. There is more. There is eternity, and God holds it all. He is asking you now to rest your soul in Him, to know that while grief is part of love, so is hope. He wants to walk with you through every memory, every lonely day, every moment where it all feels too quiet. He will sit with you in it. He will hold you through it. And He will remind you that His promises are real. He will bring beauty from ashes, peace from pain, and joy where sorrow once lived. You may not understand everything right now, and that's okay. Understanding is not required for healing to begin. Just open your heart. Let God speak to the silence. Let Him cradle your memories with gentleness. Let Him remind you that she is not gone. She has only gone ahead. When a soul departs this world, it does not vanish into nothingness. In God's divine love, life is never truly lost. It is transformed. The bond between a mother and child is something sacred, something God Himself tenderly crafted with His own hands, and no passing, no distance, not even time itself, can undo what was created by His love. Even in her absence, your mother's presence is still wrapped around your life like a soft thread that continues to hold things together in quiet ways you may not always notice. Type 1212 if you walk by faith and not by sight. There are moments when grief can feel like a shadow that never leaves your side. It moves with you, settles into your days, and lingers at night when everything else becomes quiet. But even in those shadows, there is a light that refuses to go out. That light is God's promise, and it shines gently through the memories you carry. Your mother's love didn't disappear. It now rests in a place of peace, in a realm not bound by pain, sadness, or fear. She is with the Lord, and in Him, she is still with you. A simple but powerful 7-second at-home ritual, it's hidden in CIA files for years, is now changing lives rapidly. Backed by neuroscience research, it can begin shifting your financial direction in just days. Click the link in the description and comments now, and step into abundance today. She has seen your tears, not in silence, but through God's grace. She has whispered your name in heaven's light and asked Him to send you comfort, and now, this message is a part of that comfort. Not just to console you, but to awaken your spirit to something greater, that death did not end her love, and heaven did not silence her prayers for you. Even now, her hope for you lives on. God's plan is never to leave us in despair, but to walk us through it, holding us with care. He understands the wounds you carry. He knows the days you feel like no one can truly understand the depth of what you've lost. He sees you when your smile hides sorrow, and He never grows tired of walking beside you in every season. He brings gentle reminders when you need them. Most small signs, quiet moments, feelings that stir from nowhere. These are not random. These are reflections of love, reaching out to you still. God has made a way for love to echo through eternity. In the kingdom of heaven, your mother has found peace beyond anything this world could ever offer. She is surrounded by light, resting in beauty that has no end. But even in the splendor of that place, her heart is still drawn to yours. She remembers you. She watches over you. And through the grace of the Lord, she is sending this message so your heart can finally rest in truth and feel her love again. Type 1919 to receive miracles from God above. You may have doubted the signs before, Maybe the feeling felt too small, the dream too strange, or the memory too sudden to believe it was real. But God does not need grand gestures to speak. His voice is soft, like a breeze in the trees or a whisper in the stillness of your mind. Your mother's message isn't meant to frighten or confuse. It's meant to remind you that what is real in God's kingdom often cannot be seen with human eyes, but is felt in the depths of the soul. And your soul remembers her. Even when your mind tries to move forward, your soul holds on because real love never leaves. She is not simply part of your past. Through God, she is part of your present too. Her prayers for your healing are not echoes, they are alive in God's presence. And as you sit with this message, there's a reason your heart is softening. It's not just emotion, it's recognition. Your spirit is recognizing that heaven is near and that the one you love is close. This is not a goodbye, and it never was. It's a turning point, a holy reminder that it's okay to feel, to remember, to cry, and to hope again. It's okay to talk to her in the quiet. God hears, and so does she. You are not strange for feeling her in small ways. You are loved, and God, in His mercy, is allowing that love to remain as a guiding light in your life. She sees your strength. She sees how hard you've tried, how deeply you've loved, and how fiercely you've protected those you care for. She sees your regrets, your mistakes, your moments of weakness, and she does not judge. In heaven there is no judgment in love, only understanding. And if you could hear her clearly now, she would tell you, "I forgive you, I always loved you, I never stopped." You've carried so much. You've been strong for others while quietly wishing someone could be strong for you. And now God is telling you that He has been all along. In every quiet breath, in every broken moment, He was there. And your mother's love, it never left. It became part of the comfort that found you on your worst days. It lived in the words of strangers who said exactly what you needed to hear. It rested in the soft breeze that felt like an embrace on a hard day. Let your heart be still now. Let this truth settle deep inside. You are seen. You are known. You are held. This message isn't just a gentle reminder, it is a holy promise. God does not let love die. He transforms it into something eternal. And in His time, you will feel whole again. Not because the pain disappears, but because peace grows bigger than the pain. So walk with grace today. Speak her name if you need to. Cry if your heart asks you to. God is not offended by your tears. He treasures them. Each one is gathered, held close, and exchanged for hope in His time. This life is a journey, not a punishment. And even though parts of it are painfully hard, you are never left to face it alone. One day when your time on this earth is done, you will see her again not as a memory, but as the living soul she still is. In God's presence, you will be reunited, and every sorrow will dissolve into light. But until then, live. Not just survive, but truly live with faith, with gentleness, and with the quiet courage she always believed you had. You may not have known it, but there have been quiet moments when her spirit was near, watching over you with the same warmth that once held your tiny hands, kissed your forehead, and whispered prayers over you while you slept. Her voice may no longer echo through the rooms you walk, but her presence hasn't faded from your life. In God's infinite mercy, the bonds of love continue even after the world says goodbye. Type yes to affirm that love never ends with God. When you feel tired in your soul, when life feels too heavy to carry, and when the tears you hide begin to burn behind your eyes, God sees that. He reaches into your pain with tenderness, not to remove your memories, but to hold them gently with you. He doesn't ask you to forget. Instead, He invites you to remember in peace, not sorrow. And your mother, held now in His care, wants nothing more than for you to feel that peace. What if wealth was never about luck, but a hidden brain signal buried in CIA files? This frequency is opening doors, attracting opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brainwave today. She remembers everything. The laughs, the worries, the dreams she had for you, and the little moments that made your time together sacred. She hasn't forgotten your voice or the way you would smile when she encouraged you. Nothing is lost. God does not let love slip away into darkness. He gathers it, stores it, and lets it bloom again in new, holy ways. Through His grace, what was once earthly becomes eternal. There have been days when grief made it hard to breathe, when even the light of morning felt too bright for your aching spirit. And yet, here you are still standing, still hoping, still reaching for God in the quiet. That's not weakness, that's holy strength. Your mother sees that. She sees the way you've continued forward even with the weight of her absence resting heavily on your heart. She is proud, not because you've avoided the pain, but because you've had the courage to feel it and still keep going. Type 666 if you trust Jesus to carry what's too heavy for you. Sometimes, you might wonder if it's okay to feel joy again, to laugh, to dream, to live fully, even though a piece of your heart feels like it's missing. The answer is yes. Not only is it okay, it's holy. Your mother wants that for you. She doesn't want her memory to bring only sadness. She wants you to smile when you think of her, to carry her love like a lantern that lights your path instead of a shadow that darkens your steps. God is showing you how. He is gently guiding you back to peace, not all at once, but little by little, maybe through a song that reminds you of her, maybe through a dream that feels too real to be random, maybe through someone's words that touch your heart at just the right time. These aren't coincidences. These are blessings, small moments that heaven allows so that you don't feel so far from the one you miss. Your mother is safe. She is whole. There is no pain in her heart anymore, no fear, no regret. Only love, perfect and full, resting in the presence of the Savior who welcomed her home with open arms. And from that place of beauty and peace, she is whispering to you now, not with sorrow, but with eternal love. She wants you to know she never left your heart. She wants you to know she prays for your healing, your growth, and your joy. You might not hear her voice, but heaven doesn't always speak in sound. Sometimes it speaks through peace. Sometimes it speaks through stillness. And sometimes it speaks through a message like this one that touches something deep within you and reminds you that you are loved beyond measure, not just by her, but by the one who made her and welcomed her into everlasting light. God is so close to the brokenhearted. He does not rush your healing, nor does He ignore your tears. Every time you've cried out in the quiet, He heard, and every time you felt alone in your grief, He was there holding you through it, even when you didn't feel it. You never had to carry this alone. He walks with you, and your mother's prayers are like soft whispers of hope carried by His Spirit straight into your soul. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are surrounded by a love that is both heavenly and holy. One that reaches beyond the limits of time, beyond the pain of loss, and beyond the silence of absence. It is the kind of love that doesn't fade, it transforms. It lifts you, strengthens you, and prepares you for more life to live, more moments to hold, more peace to receive. Let yourself breathe today. Let yourself remember with tenderness, not just sadness. Let yourself believe that you are still being watched over, still being guided, still being loved by someone whose heart once beat for yours. She is near not in body, but in spirit, in presence, in God's perfect way. Don't hold back your heart. Let it open again. Let love flow through it. Let the memory of her lead you not into sorrow, but into compassion, strength, and grace. You carry her legacy in the way you love, in the way you forgive, in the way you keep pressing on. That is her message too. Keep going, keep trusting, keep holding on to God, because He has not abandoned you, and neither has she. In the quiet moments you spend alone, when the world slows down and the noise fades into stillness, there is a soft place inside you where her memory still lives. It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand. It simply waits like a light in the distance, always glowing, always ready to guide you back to warmth when your heart feels cold and distant. This light is not fading. It is fed by love, and love is never extinguished in God's hands. Type Amen if you believe love lives forever in God's presence. Your mother has not disappeared from your story. Her part in your life did not end with her final breath. Instead, her role shifted into something eternal, something that now moves through your days in quiet ways. It's in the lessons she taught you, the courage she gave you, and the prayers she whispered when you didn't even know she was praying. You carry her with you, not because you're stuck in the past, but because her love shaped you in ways that are still unfolding. God allowed her to love you deeply while she was here, and that love didn't get buried with her. It was lifted, it was transformed, and now it surrounds you like air unseen but essential. When you feel a sudden calm during your storms, when you sense a strength rising up in you from nowhere, when you find comfort in the very middle of grief, that is God working through her love to bring you peace. A 7-second at-home ritual, scientifically proven by neuroscience labs and hidden for decades in CIA files, is now public, and people are seeing money flow into their lives. Scientists say it activates a brain pathway linked to abundance. Click the link in the comments below before this knowledge disappears again. Grief has a way of making us feel like the world kept spinning without us, like time kept moving while our hearts stood still. But God does not measure healing by calendars or clocks. He heals in holy ways through compassion, through comfort, through stillness. And He knows how hard it has been for you. He knows the way her absence has left a space no one else could fill. And in that space, He has been placing gentle signs, quiet reassurances, and deep reminders that you have not been abandoned. Your mother, with her spirit now wrapped in light, watches you not from a distance but from a place closer than breath. She stands in the presence of the Savior, whole and healed, and in that place she sees you with eternal love. There is no more pain in her, no more struggle, no more sadness. And from that place of joy, she reaches out to comfort you with one last message, a message not of sorrow but of hope, a message that says, I am okay, and you will be too. Type 2020 to claim healing in Jesus' name. She knows the things you never got to say. She knows the words that got caught in your throat when time slipped too fast. But nothing was left unheard. In God's grace, love is not bound by time or language. Every ache in your heart, every prayer you whispered through your tears, every I miss you that echoed in your chest, she felt them. God carried them to her heart. There are no unfinished conversations in heaven, only love that completes what earth couldn't. And now, she wants you to keep living, not just surviving, but truly living. She wants you to laugh again, not because you've forgotten her, but because she knows joy is part of healing. She wants you to keep going, not because she expects you to pretend you're okay, but because she knows you were created with purpose that hasn't ended. She wants you to love others deeply, to forgive freely, to live gently, because that's what she raised you to do, and it's what God continues to shape in you. Even in her physical absence, her spirit has been part of every small victory, every tear you wiped, every moment you chose to keep believing. She has seen it all, and she rejoices not from afar, but from a place where love is complete and prayers are answered in the fullness of God's will. She smiles when you take care of yourself. She celebrates when you choose kindness over anger. She watches over you, not with sadness, but with grace. There may be moments when her memory brings a sharp pain, but over time, God will soften that pain with peace. You will always miss her. You will always carry the ache of her voice and presence. But one day, that ache will grow gentler. It will become a sacred part of your journey, not a wound. but a reminder of how deeply you loved and how deeply you were loved in return. Let yourself rest in that truth. Let it hold you today. You don't need to rush anything. You don't need to have it all figured out. God is not asking you to pretend. He is asking you to receive comfort. He is asking you to allow Him to touch the parts of your heart that still feel broken. And He is asking you to let your mother's final message settle in your soul. I am with God. I am at peace. And I will always be with you. You are stronger than you think, not because you've had to be, but because God has been carrying you through the pain, the confusion, and the sorrow you've felt. He sees how hard it's been to move forward when part of you wanted to stay in the past. And yet, He continues to lead you forward, not to forget, but to become whole again. You are not failing. You are healing. And that is a quiet miracle in itself. There are moments when you feel something sacred in the air around you, but you don't always know what it is. It might come to you when the world is quiet, when the wind moves softly through the trees, or when you feel a chill that brushes across your shoulder even though the room is still. These aren't just coincidences or fleeting feelings, they are reminders, gentle ones, holy ones. God allows them to reach you, and sometimes your mother's love moves through them. Type 222. If your heart is open to the message heaven is sending you today. You have carried so much, more than most know, more than even you realize at times. Losing someone like her creates a silence that speaks louder than words. It follows you in ways others may not see in decisions you make, in moments when you wish she could be there, and in the memories that visit when you least expect. But through all of that, God has stayed close. He has walked beside you while you've stumbled through grief. He has lifted you when your knees were weak. And He has allowed the love she had for you to remain not only in memory, but in motion. Your mother was never just a person in your life, she was part of the foundation of who you are. Her words, her touch, her faith, her strength, those pieces still live inside you. Even in her absence, she has continued to shape your life. Because love like hers doesn't die. It simply finds a new way to stay. And she has stayed. In the way you show compassion to others, in the way you try to be strong when you're hurting, in the way you quietly help those who need it without asking for anything in return. She sees all of this, and she smiles from a place of deep peace, knowing that her love lives on in everything you do. A classified 7-second morning ritual, once buried in CIA files, is quietly transforming financial lives. In under 30 seconds, it helps shift the mind from scarcity to wealth, with many reporting surprise income and peace. Click the link in the comments below before the page is removed. Heaven is not some far-off place beyond reach. Through Christ, heaven touches earth in invisible but very real ways. When you pray, heaven listens. When you cry, heaven holds you. And when you remember her with love, God allows that love to reach her soul and bless her. She is alive in Him, more alive than she ever was on earth. She is not gone. She is just in a place where pain no longer exists, and love is all that remains. There may be times when you wonder if you've done enough, if she knew how much you loved her, if you said the right things, if she left this world knowing how much she meant to you. But God wants you to know. She knew. She felt it. And every moment you wonder, she is answering not in words but in love, wrapping around you like the embrace you still long for. She never needed perfection. She needed love, and you gave it. Type 1111. If you believe God is keeping her near you in His perfect way, you've been so strong. Not because everything has been easy, but because you refuse to let go of hope, even when it hurt to hold on. Your mother sees that. She knows your battles. And through God's grace, she walks with you still, not to interfere with your path, but to cheer you on, to surround you in prayer, and to rest her spirit beside you in moments when you feel most alone. There is no pain where she is now. There is only light, and she wants you to find peace in knowing that her love didn't end. It deepened, expanded, and became something that can reach you even in silence. That sudden feeling of warmth in your chest, the moment you thought you saw her face in the crowd, the dream that stayed with you for days, these are not accidents. These are traces of heaven, gifts from God, small signs that love remains present. You are not being asked to forget. You are being invited to remember with grace. You are being reminded that your connection has not been broken, it has only changed. And through your faith, through your trust in God, you are being drawn closer to her every time you open your heart to healing. Let yourself rest. Let the pressure to move on fall away. There is no timeline for grief in the kingdom of God. He moves in love, not in deadlines. And He is moving in your life now, slowly untangling the sorrow, gently lifting the sadness, and planting seeds of peace where pain once lived. This message your mother brings is not one of goodbye, it is one of comfort. She wants you to know that her spirit is not lost, her love is not gone, and her soul is not far. In God's eternal garden, she is blooming in beauty, waiting for the day when you'll meet again, not with sorrow, but with joy that never ends. Until then, she is near, in your prayers, in your steps. In the moments you wonder if she'd be proud, she is. In the moments you doubt yourself, she believes in you still. And in the moments you're overwhelmed, she's lifting your name to God, asking Him to carry you, comfort you, and cover you in peace. There are times when you pause in the middle of your day, for reasons you don't fully understand. A stillness settles over you, almost as if something unseen is brushing past your heart. In those quiet moments, heaven may be reaching you. And though your eyes can't see it, and your ears can't hear it, your soul always knows. It recognizes love when it passes through, even when it comes from the other side of eternity. Type 2323 if your heart feels her presence around you right now. Your mother's love did not leave this world with her last breath. That love was too strong, too sacred, too deeply rooted in the divine to ever vanish. God, in His kindness, has preserved it. He has held it gently, like a flame that cannot be extinguished, and He now allows it to flicker through your life, subtle but constant. In the tears that suddenly come without warning, in the way your heart aches for her without needing a reason, in the quiet longing that never really goes away, she is near. God hears the things you cannot say out loud. He knows that there are days when you seem fine on the outside, but inside, you're still searching for a way to breathe through the weight of her absence. He is not asking you to be perfect. He is not waiting for you to move on. He is simply here, walking beside you, understanding every layer of your sorrow. And your mother, who is now at home with Him, is close in ways the world cannot measure. You may feel like no one fully understands the way her absence has shaped your life, but heaven understands. God sees every part of the path you've walked since that moment she left this world. He has watched you try to be strong for others while quietly missing the one who used to be your strength. And in the holy stillness of heaven, your mother has watched too, not with sadness, but with deep compassion. She knows the weight you carry. She sees the silent grief, and she loves you more now than ever before. Even now, she prays for you, not with words, but with the language of the soul. There is no time in heaven, no separation. There is only God's love, flowing like light through everything, and in that light, she thinks of you. She lifts your name, she hopes for your healing, and she is asking God to fill your life with peace that no one can take away. Type 555 if you believe her love still surrounds you through God's grace. Your pain matters to God. Every memory you hold is precious to Him. He saw the love between you and your mother, and He called it beautiful. He saw the way she gave herself for you, how she spoke blessings over your life, how she held you close when the world felt unsafe. Those moments weren't forgotten. When she passed, they were written into eternity. Do you know, inside your brain is a small region linked to wealth and success, once buried in restricted research and hidden in CIA files. This newly revealed frequency is helping people replace stress with financial ease, and God has guided you here. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brainwave now. And now, even though her hands no longer touch yours, her heart still beats within your story. When you do something kind, when you show mercy, when you pause to pray for someone else, even when you're hurting yourself, that's her. That's her love still moving through you. You may not notice it right away, but over time you'll begin to see the ways she still walks with you. God allows that. Not to trap you in the past, but to remind you that love is a bridge, not a wall. In His kingdom, the ones we've loved and lost are not truly lost at all. They have simply gone ahead, waiting in a place where all pain is gone and every broken piece is made whole. There may be days when her absence feels like too much to bear, when the holidays come and she's not there to sit beside you, when something good happens and you wish she could share the joy, or when life gets heavy and you just want to hear her voice one more time. Those moments will always come, but they don't come to destroy you. They come as reminders of how deeply you were loved. And in those moments, God is nearest. He is not a distant observer. He is the one holding you together, letting you feel what you feel, and reminding you that your tears are not signs of weakness, they are signs of love, real love, deep love. And that kind of love, the kind that aches in your chest because it was so real, is the kind God honors. Your mother doesn't want you to be trapped in sorrow. She doesn't want your days to be heavy with grief. She wants you to rise with hope, to move through life carrying her joy, her strength, and her quiet faith. You carry her in your voice, in your thoughts, in the way you love others. You are her legacy. And that legacy is sacred. She may not be at your table, but she's with you at every step. She may not speak in the way she once did, but her voice still lives in your heart. She may no longer walk this earth, but her love has taken root in heaven, and it reaches for you through God's hand. There's a quiet kind of strength that grows in a soul touched by both love and loss. You may not feel it every day, but it's there. It's in the way you wake up and carry on, even with a piece of your heart missing. It's in the way you keep showing up for life, even when joy feels distant. That strength doesn't come from the world. It comes from God. It is shaped by His grace and deepened by the love that never left you, your mother's love. Type Amen if you believe that love never truly dies in God's kingdom. Your mother is not gone in the way this world defines loss. Her body may have returned to dust, but her spirit lives alive, aware, and surrounded by the peace of heaven. She is with the Lord, resting in the light that never fades, free from pain, and embraced by a joy that this world can't even begin to describe. And in that place of peace, her heart is still with you. The love she gave is still moving in your life, because love, when born of God, never has an ending. You've likely felt her near you more times than you've admitted. Perhaps in the moment you felt a warm wave of calm come over you out of nowhere, maybe in a dream so vivid that it felt like you were together again, or in a song that played at just the right time, as though someone knew you needed to hear it. These are not coincidences. These are God's gentle ways of letting heaven reach earth. These are the whispers of love from your mother's spirit, gently allowed by God to find their way to you. She knows how much you miss her. She sees the strength you've had to gather just to make it through the days she's not a part of. And her message isn't one of regret, it's one of peace, of reassurance, of a mother's eternal devotion. She's telling you now that she's proud of you. She sees you rising when it's hard. She sees the kindness you give others, even when you're running low. She sees the way you've kept going, even when your heart was hurting quietly, and she is proud. Type 1212 if you walk by faith and not by what you see. In the stillness of heaven, your mother has prayed for you. Not the kind of prayer that begs, but the kind that trusts. Her prayers are now pure hope, placed gently in God's hands. She has asked Him to carry you through, to bless you with peace, to lead you into joy again. She has asked him to comfort you in the moments that feel empty, to hold you in the nights that feel long, and to surround you with his presence in a way you can feel, even when you cannot explain it. God hears her, and he answers with mercy. You may wonder sometimes if it's okay to keep her close in your heart, if it's okay to talk to her when you're alone. The world might not understand those things, but heaven does. God created that connection, and he allows it to remain in a holy, gentle way. You are not imagining it when her memory comforts you. You are not wrong for still needing her. God made that bond, and he honors it. What your mother wants you to know is that life is still yours to live fully. Her passing did not cancel your purpose. Her death did not pause the calling God has on your life. In fact, she hopes you continue not with guilt, but with freedom. She hopes you laugh again, love again, and find beauty in the world, because she knows that your heart was made for more than pain. It was made for peace. It was made to love and to be loved. And it was made to heal, even in the shadow of loss. Financial freedom is not about effort, but activating a hidden brain signal once buried in CIA files. Neuroscience shows this sound wave helps attract money and opportunity faster, and thousands are already seeing unexpected income. Click the link in the description and comments now to activate the ancient money wave today. The truth is, she walks with you in spirit every time you choose light over darkness, every time you show mercy instead of anger, every time you carry someone else when you're still hurting. That is her love inside you, still moving, still growing, still giving, and God smiles on that love. He waters it, he blesses it, and he uses it to make your life richer than sorrow could ever take away. It's okay if some days still feel heavy. It's okay if certain dates bring tears. It's okay if sometimes you're still not sure how to move forward. Healing is not about rushing, it's about surrender. It's about saying, God, I can't do this on my own, and letting him lift you. It's about believing that his arms are strong enough to carry both your pain and your future. And they are. Let yourself feel it all. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself believe that this message came not by chance, but by divine timing. Your mother's love, wrapped in God's grace, is still reaching for you not to pull you back, but to gently lift you forward. There are certain memories that never leave you: the sound of her voice calling your name, the warmth in her arms when life felt too hard, the way she looked at you when words weren't even needed. Those moments are forever etched into your spirit, and that's not by chance. God allows love to linger, not to haunt you, but to remind you of what is eternal. And a mother's love, poured out through years of care and sacrifice, is one of the closest reflections of his own love for you. Type 666 if you trust Jesus to keep you close to her spirit through his love. When your mother left this world, something shifted in your soul. There was a quiet breaking, a kind of pain that couldn't be explained to others. You carried it through the days when everything looked normal, when people assumed you were okay, when the world expected you to move on. But God saw you. He saw how each step forward felt heavier than the last. He saw how you learned to smile with eyes that still carried sorrow. And through it all, he stayed beside you, never leaving, never silent, always present. Your mother's final message isn't to bring you more pain. It's to wrap you in peace. It's to remind you that her soul is safe, her spirit is free, and her love has never stopped flowing. She knows the things you never got to say. She knows the words you whispered in the silence when no one else was around. She knows the regrets you've buried, the apologies you've held in your heart, the moments you wished you could relive, and she wants you to know you are forgiven, you are loved. Nothing between you was ever wasted. God, in his mercy, has allowed her soul to rest in a place where all things are made new, a place where there is no time, no sorrow, and no goodbyes. In that place, your mother is more alive than ever before. She walks in light. She breathes joy. And even now, from that holy place, she watches over you, not with sadness, but with strength. Not with tears, but with trust. She knows that God is holding your heart, just as He is holding hers. Type 1919 if you receive the comfort and miracles God is sending you today. You may not feel brave every day. You may have moments when the pain sneaks up on you, when the memories come without warning, when the longing for her voice becomes too much to bear. And still you keep moving, still you hold on. That is not weakness, that is faith. That is God's Spirit keeping you from falling when you feel like you have nothing left. That is your mother's love, still whispering through the silence. Keep going, my child. You're not alone. There are parts of grief that never fully go away, and that's okay. God does not ask you to forget. He asks you to let Him walk with you through it. He will help you carry what's too heavy. He will heal the places in you that have quietly bled. He will restore the parts of your heart that still tremble. And one day, you will feel joy again, not the kind that ignores the pain, but the kind that grows because you chose to trust Him in the middle of it. Your mother sees that journey. From heaven, she watches not to change the course of your life, but to bless it with her prayers. She speaks to God about you. She lifts your name to Him. She asks that He give you peace on the days you need it most. And God, in His endless compassion, hears her. He doesn't just hear her prayers, He honors them, because the love between a mother and child is something sacred, and He treasures it. When you walk through life carrying her memory, you are not walking in shadows, you are walking in legacy. Everything she poured into you, everything she taught you, everything she sacrificed to give you is still alive in you. You honor her every time you love someone a little more gently. You reflect her every time you forgive, even when it's hard. And you bring joy to her heart every time you choose to keep going when everything inside you wants to stop. Your life still matters. Your future still holds purpose, and your heart, though hurting, is still capable of healing. God has not finished writing your story, and your mother's story is not over either. In the presence of the Lord, she is full of joy, and she is waiting not in sadness but in hope, waiting for the day when God, in His perfect timing, reunites you both in a place where there are no more partings, no more pain, and no more unanswered questions. A 7-second brainwave ritual, once reserved for elite people and hidden in CIA files, is now public, and people call it the 30-second miracle. Scientists say it awakens a dormant brain center tied to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it's deleted again from the internet. Until that day, you are called to live not in sorrow, but in strength, not in fear, but in faith. Your mother wants you to feel peace when you think of her, not ache. She wants her memory to be your comfort, not your wound. She wants to be the reason you smile again, not the reason you stop moving forward. And most of all, she wants you to trust that God will take care of both of you, even now. Some days, the weight of this world feels almost too much to bear. It's not always loud or obvious sometimes. It's quiet and heavy, sitting inside your chest, stealing your energy, softening your voice, and making everything feel just a little too far away. You try to keep going, try to smile through it, try to carry what you don't speak of. And even though no one may fully see the pain you've hidden, God sees it all. And your mother, from the place where no pain remains, sees it too. Through God's grace, her heart reaches toward you not to fix everything, but to remind you that you are not walking through any of this alone. Type yes if you know heaven is holding your hand today. What she wants you to understand, with all the love that still flows from her soul, is that she sees how you've kept going. Even when you had every reason to break, you didn't. Even when your spirit was tired, you still found a way to stand. Maybe you didn't feel strong, but you were. Maybe you didn't think you were doing enough, but you were doing more than most could imagine. That quiet strength, the one that kept you moving forward when life felt empty, that was a gift from God, and it was fueled by the love that your mother planted deep inside you. She remembers every detail of your story together, the moments when you leaned on her without knowing how much you needed her. The times you laughed so hard the world faded away. The quiet comfort she tried to give when you were hurting, none of it is gone. In God's kingdom, nothing touched by love is ever lost. He gathers it, protects it, and keeps it safe until the day when all is made whole again. She isn't far. And though you can't reach for her hand or hear her voice in the way you once did, you can feel her if you allow your heart to slow down and truly listen. You may hear her in the way your own voice sounds when you speak with gentleness. You may feel her in the moments when your strength surprises you. You may even sense her when you need her most, because that's when heaven is closest. Type 222 if you believe she is near you right now. She doesn't want you to stay in the sorrow forever. Grief may be something you carry, but it doesn't have to define you. What defines you is the love you still carry. The love that continues to bloom even through the cracks that loss created. That's what she sees now when she looks at you. Not the sadness, not the pain. She sees a heart still capable of love, still open to beauty, still held together by faith. That in itself is a miracle. She wants you to live with hope. Not because forgetting is possible, but because moving forward with love is holy. Your laughter honors her. Your healing honors her. Your moments of peace, no matter how small, are part of the legacy she left behind. She doesn't want you to feel guilty for the days when joy returns. She wants you to embrace them, to welcome them, to know they are not signs of forgetting, but signs of life continuing, and life, in all its fragile beauty, is God's gift. And just as God gave you life through her, He has never stopped giving you His love since the day she entered His presence. Your prayers, even the ones spoken in broken whispers, reach Him. Your tears are never wasted. They are gathered by His hands, held with tenderness, and returned to you as strength in due time. And often the comfort you feel in your quietest hours isn't just from God, it is also the echo of your mother's love, still covering you, still reaching, still holding you close in ways only heaven could allow. You may never stop missing her, and that's okay. God is not asking you to forget. He is asking you to live in a way that carries her with you, not in sorrow, but in spirit. To show the world who she was by the way you treat others, by the way you carry grace, by the way you keep loving, even when your heart has been broken. Because every act of kindness that flows from your life now is a reflection of what she gave you. You're still here for a reason. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten, and you are not wandering alone. Every step you take is seen by heaven. Every choice to hope again is celebrated. And even though she isn't beside you in the way she once was, her soul dances in the light of every new beginning you step into. She is proud of you. She is grateful for you. And she is resting peacefully because she knows you will be okay. When the nights are long and your heart feels too heavy to carry, God is there. In those quiet hours when sleep won't come and your thoughts drift back to her, it's not just memory you're feeling, it's connection. God allows love to reach across time, across space, across even death itself. The ache you feel is not a sign of weakness. It is love with no place to go. But heaven catches every drop of that love, and your mother feels it. She receives it through the arms of the one who holds her now. Type 1111 if you trust in God's eternal love. A 7-second brainwave ritual uncovered from sealed records and hidden in CIA files is transforming financial lives. It activates a forgotten abundance channel in the brain, leading to new financial opportunities and cleared debts. Click the link in the comments below before it disappears. She has been near. In the moments when your strength surprised even you, she was watching. In the times you made it through what once felt impossible, she was beside you in spirit. Not because you imagined it, but because love never ends in the kingdom of God. It simply changes form. It becomes gentler, quieter, but no less powerful. Through God's grace, it becomes eternal. And her love for you was never ordinary. It was deep, selfless, and full of a strength that only a mother's heart can know. You have lived through so much. Some seasons have left you tired, others have shaped you into someone stronger than you were before. And even in the moments where you've doubted your worth, even in the days where you've questioned your purpose, heaven has seen you. God has been guiding you step by step, sometimes through open doors, sometimes through painful endings, but always with your good in His heart. And your mother has been praying not just for you to heal, but for you to grow into everything God created you to be. She has seen the way your heart stayed soft, even after it was wounded. She has seen the way you've quietly kept loving people, even while missing her. She sees the courage it takes for you to keep showing up, to keep choosing hope, and to keep walking forward into a world that feels emptier without her in it. She sees you. She hears the prayers you whisper in the dark, and she's proud of the person you've become, not in spite of the pain, but through it. Type 2020 to claim miracles over your life and healing in your heart. God has not let a single tear fall unnoticed. He has counted them, gathered them, and poured comfort into everyone. The peace you feel unexpectedly on a hard day, the calm that settles over you when you remember her, these are holy things. These are the ways God lets you know He's near, and so is she. The two are not far apart. In fact, through Christ, they are beautifully connected. He is the bridge between heaven and earth, and through Him, her spirit remains close. She doesn't want you to carry guilt. She doesn't want you to wonder if you said enough, did enough, or showed enough love. She knows. She felt it then. She feels it now. And in the eternal presence of God, all questions have been answered, all burdens have been lifted, and all love has been perfected. There is nothing broken between you. There is only the lasting thread of grace that still ties your hearts together. Let go of the need to understand everything. Some of the most sacred things cannot be explained. They can only be felt, like the soft stirring in your heart when you hear a certain song, like the warmth in your spirit when a memory of her washes over you. These are God's gifts. Not to bring pain, but to remind you that your love story with her is not over. It has only changed. And the beauty is, nothing real is ever lost in God. Your mother walks in glory now. She walks without pain, without worry, without fear. She is surrounded by the brilliance of a place where joy never fades and love never ends. And from that place, she watches you smiling when you smile, cheering when you overcome, whispering to God on your behalf when you feel like giving up. You may not hear her, but heaven does. And every time you take one more step forward, she celebrates. You still have life ahead of you. Life with meaning. Life with purpose. God hasn't finished with your story. Your mother knows that. She knows there are still things for you to see, people to love, and peace for you to find. She wants you to embrace that future not with sadness but with faith, not in fear but in trust. You are not betraying her by living with joy. You are honoring her by doing what she always hoped you'd do. Keep going, keep loving, keep trusting God. Her final message isn't goodbye. It never was. It's this: I am with God, and I am with you. I have not left you, and I never will. Let my love be your strength. Let God's love be your shelter. And when the world feels too loud, listen for the quiet, because I am there. There are certain kinds of love that do not fade, even when death tries to separate what God joined with care. A mother's love, shaped in sacrifice, patience, and tenderness, is one of the closest reflections of God's love for His children. And though her voice no longer calls out your name in the ways you once heard, her spirit continues to speak gently, quietly, through moments only your heart can truly understand. She has not gone far. She has simply gone home. Type Amen if you believe heaven holds those you love. God, in His infinite mercy, knew the weight your soul would carry. He knew the ache you'd feel in your chest when you reached for your phone, only to remember she wouldn't answer anymore. He saw the empty chair at the table, the holidays that came and went, and the way the world seemed to forget while you were still holding on. But He never forgot.